Function says, take each x value. These are my x values, right? 0 to 5. And for each x value, we're going to multiply by its corresponding probability. Remember, this is my probability. So we're going to multiply each x value times its corresponding probability. And then we add them. Let's do this. So, here we go. I'm going to take my x value and I'm going to multiply it by my probability. And then I'm going to add them. Okay. My first x value is 0. When I multiply 0 times 0.1, I'm getting 0. Because this is multiply x times the probability, right? Next one. Next x value is 1, right? 1 times 0.2, give it? 0.2. Then 2 times 0.3. Then 3 times 0.2. And then 4 times 0.1. And 5 times 0.1. And then what are we going to do with all of them? 7. After we multiply, we're going to add them. You with me? Alright, add them up. Pull out the calculator, add them up. We're going to add the result of x times the probability. So this is 10, 15, 21, 22, right? 2.3. Check it out, tell me that's right. That's for me, right? That's for me. 2.3. The expected value of x, right? So E of x, I of x. The expected value of x. That's my 2.3. Alright. This is like weighted average. You know what weighted average is? Like for example, what if there are 3 examples, right? 3 examples. One is weighted 20%. One is weighted say 25%. One is weighted 35%. Let's go down to part. And one is weighted 15%. How much is that? How much is that? 30, 50, 60, 70, 80. That's 95%. So let's add another 5%. Alright. Since you never so much exam, look at this one at 20%. So you did mid-semester, the other one, and the other one, and then another one. Alright, so you get 100% in the mid-semester, 95% in the other one, and then you get 87%. And then the final exam, you just drop another 100%. How do you find your average? No. The first one is weighted 20%. This one is weighted 20%.
You find 20% or 95, 25% are the...
So 20% is 0.2, right?
Yeah.
0.2, 0.25, 0.35.
And then you find out like
And then you just
100.
multiply, right?
Yeah,
This
95.
times this,
Yeah,
this times this.
yeah,
You multiply. And then add them up, right?
yeah.
So you find the average.
So how much this way?
About 20%. Right? So you want to check how much you got so far. So you can check your grades once you get your So this is what we call a weighted average. Because each one is weighted at different levels, right? Like actually weighted. It's the same thing that we did before. It's just that the probabilities are the weights. And the weights normally add to one, right? In this case, the percentage is at 100%. Alright. So weighted average is the same thing as the mean, right? The expected value of it. Alright, next, we're going to find the variance. Some examples done further in this slide. I want us to calculate it together. So that was the mean. Let's calculate the variance. As we said earlier, over the variance, some time ago, it's the average of the squared deviation from the mean. The average of the squared deviation from the mean. That's a variance. Sigma squared. Alright? Alright, let me give you the formula. One of the formulas. It's the expected value of x squared minus the expected value of x all squared. Nice graph, you know. Let me see here. Now, let's take a look at this. How do we find this expected value of x squared? Let me highlight something for you. Earlier, we found the expected value of x, right? Now, how do we do it? We took the x value, since we have found the expected value of x, is that the mean of x. We take the x value and multiply by the corresponding probability. So when we find the expected value of x, we take the x value and multiply by the probability. If we want to find the expected value of x squared, we're going to take the x squared value and multiply by the probability. So, let's take a look at this. So, we need to find the expected value of x squared. So that means we're going to take our x squared value, squared x value, and multiply by the probabilities. And then we add them up. So we take each x value, square them, multiply by its corresponding probabilities, and add them. Right? Then this is the mean. We have that already. We're going to square it and subtract it from it. Let's go again. So each x value, we're going to square them. And then afterwards, we're going to take those x values and we're going to multiply by their corresponding probabilities. So, now again, so you know what? Let's square each x value first. And then that squared x value, we're going to use it to multiply by the probabilities. Right. And then we add them. Oh wait, let's do this first. So that this part, so this part right here is the expected value of x squared. We take each x value. The first x value is 0. When I square 0, I get 0, right? If I square 1, I get. When I square 2, what do I get? When I square 3, then I square 4, and then I square 5. Square 5, and I get. So each squared value, each squared x value, I'm going to multiply by its probability. So these are my probabilities over here, right? So that means 0 times 0.1 should give me 1 times 0.2. You guys with me? Then 4 times 0.3. 4 times 0.2. And 9 times 0.2.
Sir, a second here. Then of those, so the 0.2 times 1 is 0.2. Isn't it 0.6 times 4?
Oh, right here. These are my probabilities.
Okay.
We're going to use those to multiply by x values. Right? So remember, it's an x squared, so x squared value times the probability. So we square the x value, we're going to multiply them by the probability. Now, the next one is 9 times 0.2, then 16 times 0.1, and then 25 times 0.1. And then what do we do? Add them. Yes? Let's add them.
So add the one that was square?
No, we're gonna add up these that way. Multiply the square values. And then we're gonna subtract the mean from it. So this is what?
Oh, so you don't add the square value?
No, we don't need to add the square values.
7.3.
7 point?
3.
7.3. So now that's 7.3. I'm going to take that 7.3. I'm going to subtract from it the 7.3 minus the mean squared. What's the mean? 2.3. So we're going to square the 2.3 and subtract that from it.
5.29.
So my variance, sigma squared, is equal to 7.3 minus 5 point? 5 point? 29. Right. So that gives me 2.01. Lovely. So that's my variance. My variance is 2.0. Question. What if I want to find my standard deviation? Standard deviation. You know the symbol for standard deviation? Sigma. Sigma squared is the one for variance, right? Population variance. Population standard deviation. How do I find my standard deviation? You remember? Yes? It's the square root of the variance, right? The square root of the variance. This thing you know already. The standard deviation is always the square root of the variance. So if you want to find the standard deviation, you have to find the variance first. Right? And then you find the square root. So my standard deviation, for example, will be the square root of 2.01, which is 1.4. 2. I'll come on to the 2.
Huh?
1.41. I'll come after the 7. The 1.418. The 3 decimal. So that's my standard deviation. And here's another one. The coefficient of variation. The standard deviation is the average deviation from the mean. The average fluctuation around the mean. That's the standard deviation. And coefficient of variation is expressing the standard deviation as a percent of the mean, which is the percentage deviation from the mean. The coefficient of variation. What is use CV to represent it? So CV is just expressing the standard deviation as a percent of the mean. So there's one standard deviation divided by the mean. And we multiply by 100 to put it in percent, right? So our example, when I see you would do a standard deviation over the mean times 100. Our example, my standard deviation will be 1.413 divided by the mean, 2.3 times 100. What's my result?
61 times 6,
61.65%. That's a coefficient of variation. Right? What's that simple? So, coefficient of variation, you can see good?
Yes, sir.
So over this side is my
So you can look at that for
mean.
1 second.
Turn it off.
Yeah, 1 second. You can get that.
Let me give you a glance. You can't see.
Yeah, project that.
As a project,
So yes,
So look at it. Look at the motion. 1 second, sir.
alright, so let me turn it off for you. Let's do this one. You can read